Hey guys, I wanted to do a video today about where expats go wrong. Be sure to press like and subscribe. The first place that expats go wrong is with their rent, when they first try to rent a place in the Philippines. I've mentioned this before, but I'm not going to go into this, but I'm going to speak to this, is that Airbnb is the best place to go to in the beginning to try to find a place, to get your foothold in the Philippines and to move about so you can kind of find your area that you want to stay in. Because Airbnb, you can stay like a place for a week, see if you can find a place if that's your area that you want to stay in or whatever. But that's not what this video is about, okay? So we'll just put that aside. But anyhow, this video is just strictly about rents and how expats go wrong. When people come over here, generally, if you're a single expat and you're coming here and you're looking to rent, and you walk up to somebody, because usually you have to go around and you see places in the streets, you usually don't see them online too much. You have to kind of walk around and find a place, or ask around if anybody knows any place that's for rent. There's tons of places for rent all the time. There's always people that aren't paying their rent in the Philippines. It's pretty easy to find a place. You just ask. If you see an apartment complex, then ask the owner that, hey, do you have any places available? Are you going to have any places available soon? I'm looking to rent. Ask them what the rent is. Ask them if you can look at the place. Check the water in there. That's a big issue. But one of the things I want to mention about is what it's going to cost. If you're not with a Filipina, you're not going to know what the prices are, okay? And you need to be with a Filipina from that area. Each area is different. I pay about $70 a month for rent here, okay? And I negotiate by paying a year in advance. It used to be less, but I pay about $70 a month for my place. And you guys may have seen my video on my place, okay? And if you pay in advance, make sure you get a receipt, okay? So that you're safe, okay? It's very important that you get that receipt. You have to have evidence of payment. The other thing is, negotiate with, like I said, you definitely negotiate with them, but always try to talk them down if you're paying that year in advance. It's well worth your effort. You could probably talk them down 10, maybe even 20%, okay? But when you go into these places, when you look at an apartment, don't look at it like, oh man, this place is kind of a dump. You know, they haven't painted it in 10 years. What do I want to stay here for? You know, it's kind of crappy. You know, if the floors are clean and you don't have cockroaches and you have a decent bathroom in there, look at it as it's like, okay, if I spend 10, 20 bucks on painting the place and throwing up some curtains and cleaning up the kitchen, and, you know, make sure you also have a shower. Ask if they'll put in a shower and toilet for you. Most people will. Most people will. But they might charge you a little bit more for the rent. But guys, rents are really cheap if you look around. Some of you guys are going into these high-end buildings and you're paying high-end costs. You're paying $400, $300, $500 for a place that, you know, you can get a beautiful little place just as nice. My place is a beautiful little place. I threw blue paint around here, you know, and my place looks like a beautiful apartment. It looks modern, it's decent, it's clean, you know. I like it. And I know some of you guys are looking for furnished apartments. If you have a furnished apartment, guys, you know, that's a sign that you're probably gonna move on in the future, which maybe you want to be able to move on. Some of you guys I know are minimalists and you want to be able to travel whenever. But if you're planning on staying here, guys, get your own apartment so you're not paying for that furniture there or whatever. You're gonna get a better price for that, okay? And it's just something to, you know, contemplate. If you're gonna stay someplace, start buying furniture. You know, set up your life, get ready. You know, you can buy condos here, by the way, guys. You just can't buy a house here unless you're married. Then you can buy a house. Okay, you can buy a house on leased land, but that is different. Okay, I would make sure you have at least a lease that's gonna cover up until you die. Okay, so I mean, if you're gonna build a house on leased land, that's the way you would do it. Okay, guys. That's about it. You know, I mean, it doesn't. Check out my videos on my house. Okay, I have older videos and I have newer videos, okay? And one's my humble home or something like that, I think it's called. And you can check out that video. Go through my videos and you'll see it on there. It's a really good video on my home and what you get. If you look around, you will find some great bargains out there. I saw a house down the street, guys. Wait till you hear this. I saw a house down the street, had a big mango tree in the yard. It had a big yard, all with like a cement, you know, fence around it, or whatever you want to call it. Wall. I'm sorry, cement wall all the way around it. Okay, and it was beautiful. It was a little tiny home set back all the way against in the corner with this big huge mango tree that kept your yard really cool. And it was in a quiet little neighborhood. It was beautiful. Had decent neighbors around there. The only thing is there was a church there, so Sunday you hear the music and stuff like that, because it was pretty close to a church. But that's okay. I can live with that. I go to church on Sundays anyway, so it didn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me, you know what I mean? But anyway, that house was $40 a month for rent. $40. So you guys out there that say, "Oh no, you get a real dump for that," and stuff like that, guys, if you're gonna live there for like 4 or 5 years and you gotta throw like $100 in there, maybe to fix a faucet or to paint it or something, a couple bucks to paint it or something like that, what do you care? $40? $40 is a bargain. It's what, $480 for the whole year for rent, and you're gonna complain about I don't want to have to go into a place that I have to fix up. If you have to put like $100 or even $200 in there and you sign a 1-year lease, you got a bargain. If it's a nice enough place now, and that $40 place, I wish that was still available today, because I would move down there myself. It was beautiful. You could have a garden in there. You could set up the yard really nice any way you want it. I'm telling you guys, there's some deals out there. You just gotta look around. That place there would have been beautiful with like a nice little AC. Put a nice little AC in there and you'd be golden, Be better if you can find a place like that near the beach, and guys, if you ask around, they're available. Like these small little bungalows and stuff like that are fairly reasonable. One bedroom or a studio or something like that. They're available, really, really reasonable. And everybody, Americans think of a place that's going to be $40 is going to be a cockroach infested, place with geckos climbing up the wall and stuff like that. When I moved in here, I didn't have any cockroaches. I had a few ants and I had a few geckos. Okay, I got them all out. I put sweeps on the doors. I had the doors sanded down. I put security things on there. Guys, it's spend a few bucks. It's not a huge deal, but some Americans, they're too lazy to even do a little paint job so that they can save money. And you will save money by doing some of this stuff yourself. Would you rather pay $300 a month or $250 or $200 a month? I mean, in my area in Cavite, you can get a place not far from here in Dasma. You can get a place over there for about $200, $220 for a 3-bedroom house. A 3-bedroom house with a beautiful landscaped yard, with a beautiful interior, okay? In some cases with AC. If it doesn't have the AC, they usually have a spot where you can put an AC. Okay, and I'm telling you guys, that's a beautiful, beautiful home with a pool that's shared with other people. You just pay so much to go down and use the pool, and nobody's ever uses those pools, but they keep them up really, really well. You go in there and use the pool all day. I think you have to pay like 50 pesos or something like that to use the pool each day, or 75 pesos to use the pool each day. Guys, it's like $1.50. $1.50 to go use the pool. I mean, you use the pool 3-4 times a week, you're all set. I mean, you can't complain about that. You know what I mean? But these other places, if you could get like if you get a small place like that $40 place, and do like a lease on that place for like 5 years, do a 5-year lease or something like that, and pay them a year in advance each year, and tell them, say, if you keep the rent for that, I'll sign a 5-year lease with you right now. Say, but will you let me put in like a small pool? Maybe put in, spend like a couple $1,000s to put in a small pool or whatever, guys, and and then you're gonna get 5 years out of it, and then you get your little paradise in your yard. But Anyway, guys, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps, guys. And God bless. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys.